So much happening. So much happening. Let's see here. I can just copy that in here. Oh, looky there. I can. Okay. Now, this one we didn't quite go over an auxiliary line in the notes, but I want to talk about it. An auxiliary line is sometimes useful when solving for unknown variables. And these are just, or angles, these are just lines that you draw in. Like this dotted line right here, right there, that wasn't part of the original problem, okay? In the original problem, we saw parallel lines right here and 35 and 41. And it wants me to find this whole angle W, okay? So if you see something like this and you know that these are parallel and this is 41 and this is 35 and you get that, you wouldn't know how to find it. So you draw your own auxiliary line, which is what this dotted line is, and they just put an E and an F there, okay? If you do that, what happens is it's also parallel. So you've created a third parallel line, and we can use our parallel line information and transversal information to get this, because F and 35 are alternate interior angles, so F would also be 35, okay? And then E and F are alternate interior angles, so E would be 41. So angle W would be 41, because angle W is that whole thing, be 41 plus 35. All right, and here's just some more things to practice with. If you look at number 2, you want angle D, and you know that right here would be 35 degrees in this little part because of the alternate interior angles, and then you would just do the supplementary rule to get D. All right, yeah, some things happening. All right, now over here, we would want to draw an auxiliary line on this. Okay, so we've got this weird thing happening and we've got parallel lines, but we don't know how to find G. So you would draw this auxiliary line right there. It's a third parallel line. And this right here would be 56. I'm trying to write really small. And then because those are alternate interior angles, and this right here would be whatever 180 is minus 144, which would be 36, because those are consecutive interiors. So that little part would be 36. Let me make sure I'm doing it. Yeah. And then to get the measure of angle G, you would do 36 plus 56. And then here we'd want to draw an auxiliary line. It's parallel. Now, this rainbow area or greenish area that I just drew would be supplementary with 98 because they're consecutive. And then this galaxy little thing I just drew would be supplementary with 162 because they're consecutive angles. You would find those out because they would add to 180. These two would add to 180. These two would add to 180. Then you'd be able to find all of that angle H. So let me go over that again. You draw in your auxiliary. You know that these are consecutive interiors. They add to 180, so you'd find that. You know that these two are consecutive interiors. They would add to 180. You'd find that missing angle, then you would add those two angles together. Now, in number 6, same thing. You would draw an auxiliary line right here. Now that's 129. So I have to do some work to find this one and so forth. But that's all I really want to say. I think you guys can figure it out. Okay? I want you to try to figure it out. All right. Looking at these, we've got some parallel lines, some tricky stuff. This number 10, you'll want to do an auxiliary line. And remember, all around a point is 360. Yeah, I might be taking some of this off. So you're watching this video and you're like, what is she talking about? It's still good to hear it. It's still good to do. Good luck. Check with your friends. Check with other people. Guys, you can look on Google Classroom and you can look to see who's in your class. And you can email them and say, Ms. Sharp said I need to check with someone. I want you to check with other people. I want you to collaborate. I want you to do that. In fact, if I get proof that you've collaborated with someone else, I might even give you a little trinket of fun, some extra credit, because I want you to collaborate. So look in your Google Classroom, see who's in your class, or any other freshman, because I teach all of the freshmen. Email them, chat them, Google Hangout them, work together on this. Get some proof, I'll give you some extra credit. Just email me. Bye, guys.